Good afternoon, my coolest of kids. Now, your first thought might be, Rob, why are you soaking wet and covered in dirt and just looking not so very wonderful? My friends, that's called a sense of accomplishment. You do remember that we had those storms? Oh, sorry, I'm throwing the ball for my dog as well here at the same time. Go get it, buddy! Gotta entertain everybody at once, you know. But, we had those storms that knocked down the big old trees, which, you know, people that don't rent houses or own properties don't think about the part where you have to clean it up unless you're, you know, got money and get someone to do that for you. Well, your buddy Rob, this is one of his very few days where he has the entire day off. But you know what? You know what I said? I said, heck with that. Who needs a day off? I'm gonna work for myself for about 6 hours and get a tree cleaned up. Now this one wasn't just one of those normal trees that, you know, falls down and then like you just cut it up and then you're all done with it. This is the one of the trees that fell down. First off, it's about a 60-foot tree, I believe it was. And it was the ones that look like a rainforest covered in vines. So when you cut the tree down, you have to try to cut through all the vines as well, and if you don't, it ends up getting interwoven, and then you have to try to pull like 3 different big giant log pieces at once, and it turns into a big mess, and you'll fall down and end up getting all dirty and soaking wet because, you know, it starts pouring in the middle of your excavation of this tree. And then you're already soaked and sweaty and tired, so you don't even bother worrying about stopping. You just keep going, and you say, you know, F it, basically. But let me show you guys what we got done. And by we, I mean me and one of my friends. But he stayed for like a half an hour and left because his wife called him and needed help with the baby. Anyways, here's a tree that fell. Right there. This is where I stopped because I was dead. And I was just done. That's the tree. It snapped off right there. And as you can see, the tree right here with all the vines going up like that. This is the one that was a little bit taller than that one. It was right next to this other tree. It came down. Just absolutely ridiculous. Right here. All the pine. You see all the vines on either side? That's what I was dealing with all the way out to there. Excuse me, I need to throw the ball for my dog again, I guess. You ready for this, buddy? Here you go. Alright, this way, that way. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, because dogs don't care if you're tired or not. But yeah, all of this right here. Had to chop every about 4 feet so I would be strong enough to lift it up. I was going to use my 4-wheeler, but I couldn't get it to start today. So what I ended up actually doing was, ended up actually doing is having to use one of my trailers for my tractor, the biggest one I have, which is about 4 feet long, so I could try to fit things into the back of it. So you're cutting those up as you go, trying to mind the vines as well, because if you don't cut the vine just right, you're going to have all of your pieces of wood stuck together anyways, and vines don't cut very well with a chainsaw, and if you're not careful, it can actually be like a rope and wrap around your chainsaw, and then, you know, blow the motor out in it, basically. Hey, look, it's my other buddy running around out here, too. So yeah, that's what I was doing, and then I had to drag this wood because it was just crap pine. It's not the kind of wood that I can actually burn, you know, because heaven forbid it be wood that I can actually burn and have a good time, you know. So then after that, drive it around and then drag it, and then you think, oh yeah, Robbie, you know, you could pull it around and drive around with the tractor, like down this path right here, which is what I did from over there where the tree is. We went down this path right here, and then backed in over to here. You gotta pull up here and then back in down to here. Which seems like an easy idea. There you go, Rob. I don't want to block off my trails. This is one of my trails right here. I don't want to block those trails off. So I gotta make sure that I get it back into here far enough, right? So that seems easy enough. Let's just make sure that it's back into here far enough. That's easy. Back up. Here we go. Yay! Do 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 do. You know, it's a trailer type thing, so I have a little latch part that I can go plick, and then it goes like this, bonk, down, so that you can get the stuff off easier. So I push it all off, you know, and I'm throwing some of the bigger logs out there. You see all those? That's the bigger logs that I was just tossing out there. There's just stacks upon stacks upon stacks of them out there because, like I said, this was about a 60-foot tree. And then I go to exit said area right here. And if you notice, it's dug up quite a bit right now. All this area is dug back up because I got stuck. And not just stuck, like really stuck. Like, is this quicksand? I'm never going to get out of here. Oh no, now my leg is stuck underneath the trailer. Hey, my buddy just left too, so now I'm stuck standing here with my leg underneath the trailer going, ow, ow, and not yelling to anyone in particular because no one's going to help me. Because there's no neighbors. I have no neighbors. There are no neighbors. Short of somebody having their window down where it's downpouring, no one's going to hear me all the way out there. I'm stuck here until a roommate comes home, which isn't due to come home until tomorrow. Or I, you know, somehow get out of it. So I end up Hulkamaniaing out. You know, rip the shirt. Like, you know, yeah, brother. Like Hulk Hogan. And I pulled myself out. Ended up getting it dug out. Got the job done. And now, after all of this work, been doing it for about 4 or 5 hours altogether. It took me to get everything cleaned up, everything done, all of the, you know, my chainsaw sharpened and then put back away after, you know, correctly, because, you know, otherwise it'll be all messed up. You know, cleaning off my tractor afterwards and cleaning off the trailer part that I used on it and everything else, all done now. And I got a really big, good sense of accomplishment. And I think I pulled some fat right here. This fat right here, I think I pulled it. I think I got some pulled fat. And now I'm going to actually reward myself with Big Flip's stream coming up. His free big stream, stream that he has today. Please do make some type of a donation to help him with any shipping charges. I was only able to do a little donation for him to be able to help, you know, towards things, but he always sends me stuff. So, you know, I had to send him something, but I do get paid bi-weekly, so that's a pain in the bum. But anyways, thank you all so very much for stopping by. You know, get yourself into something every day, something like that. Get it all done and then reward yourself. And you know what, that honestly, it helps so much. Get the endorphins pumping, get everything pumping in your veins, and just makes you feel good about yourself again. You did something yourself. It gives you an inner sense of accomplishment because you really did do something. I just saved myself probably a couple $100, easy, you know? And I only ended up giving my buddy like a 6-pack because he stayed for a freaking half an hour. Half an hour? I understand, he's got a newborn. It's the same guy from that I talked about before. But anyways, you all have yourselves a wonderful day. Keep putting out those positive vibes for a positive life and always portray the best possible you, not only just to everyone around you and everyone that knows you, but also by staying true to yourself. Have yourselves a wonderful day.